ever been ignored or lied to? We're pitting two strategies against each other to solve that. The 48 Laws of Power argues for mystery and restraint, while Radical Candor relies on trust and direct honesty. Is it better to say less than necessary or challenge people directly? It's not just about being nice or cold. The right move depends on whether you're navigating a political room or leading a team. The 48 Laws of Power begins with a harsh reality. People do not always respond to honesty, and they do not always reward openness. In that world, if you speak too much, you can weaken yourself. If you reveal too much, you give others room to judge, trap, or control you. That is why Robert Greene keeps pushing the idea of restraint. Say less than necessary. Keep your intentions unclear. Build a reputation that works for you before you even enter the room. The logic is simple. If people cannot fully read you, they cannot easily steer you. This is incredibly useful when you are being ignored. Many people make the mistake of talking more when they are being dismissed. They explain harder, defend more, and reveal more, but the logic of the 48 Laws of Power says that often makes the problem worse. The more you talk, the more common you appear. The less you reveal, the more weight your words actually carry. That does not mean being silent in every situation. It means understanding that in a power-driven environment, attention is not earned by volume. It is earned by presence, image, and the feeling that you are not easy to manipulate. Radical Candor takes almost the opposite position. Kim Scott argues that if you want people to move with you, trust is not optional. It is the foundation. And trust does not come from hiding yourself forever. It comes from the intersection of caring personally and challenging directly. That matters a lot when the pain point is being lied to or being unable to move people toward a goal. If someone is avoiding the truth, being vague yourself will not fix the problem. If the goal is slipping, silence will not solve it. Radical Candor argues that direct communication is not rude when it is grounded in a real wish to help the other person. This is what makes the book so practical for managers and leaders. You do not just tell the truth, you tell the truth in a way that helps the other person improve. That is the fundamental difference between a personal attack and actual candor. The power here is not mystery, the power is clarity. People move faster when they know exactly what is expected, what is wrong, and what needs to happen next. Now let's put both books into the same situation. Imagine you are in a meeting and nobody seems to take you seriously. You speak, but the room drifts. You explain, but people nod without acting. You feel invisible. The 48 Laws of Power suggests your first mistake might be overexposure. If you sound too eager, too available, or too transparent, people may not feel the need to pay attention. The fix is to sharpen your image, reduce unnecessary talk, and create a stronger sense of presence. The point is not to beg for attention, it's to make your attention feel like something that must be earned. Radical Candor would ask a different question. Are you actually being clear? Are you making the goal obvious? Are you naming the issue directly? Are you asking for a real response, or are you circling the point so much that people can ignore you without consequence? This is where the two books sharply differ. One says, do not give away too much. The other says, do not hide what matters. One builds power through distance, the other builds power through trust. In a normal workplace, the second approach is usually more useful once a relationship exists. If the room ignores you because you are too vague, candor will fix that. But if the room ignores you because they don't respect your position, the restraint found in the 48 Laws of Power may be the better first step. This is where the contrast becomes even stronger. If people are lying to you, the 48 Laws of Power says you should assume deception is part of the game. Do not react too openly. Do not hand over your weakness. Protect your position and stay difficult to read. That advice is vital in hostile settings. If someone is using lies to probe you or corner you, emotional openness is expensive. You do not want to be so transparent that the other person learns exactly how to push your buttons. But Radical Candor offers a more constructive answer if the relationship can still be saved. It suggests addressing the problem directly and clearly, but with enough care that the person does not feel ambushed. That does not mean you excuse the dishonesty. It means you confront it in a way that can actually change the behavior. This is one of the most important differences between the two. One is built to survive manipulation. The other is built to fix communication. If your goal is to expose a lie and keep your own position intact, the 48 laws of power has the sharper edge. If your goal is to make the lying stop and build a more honest system, radical candor is the way to go. If your problem is actually getting people to move toward a shared goal, radical candor usually wins. Why? Because sustainable movement requires clarity and feedback. A person may respect you from a distance, but that does not mean they will follow through. They may fear you, but fear does not always create commitment. Radical candor focuses on the conditions that make people perform. They need to know you care about them, and they need a team environment where the truth is normal rather than rare. That is very different from the world of Robert Greene. In the 48 laws of power, movement is often created by status, image, or strategic pressure. That can work fast, especially in competitive situations, but it does not always create durable cooperation. It may get you compliance, but it won't get you trust. So how do you get people to do what needs to be done? It depends on the setting. If the environment is political, guarded, and full of hidden motives, the 48 laws of power helps you avoid being played. But if the setting is collaborative and dependent on real teamwork, radical candor is the much more effective engine for action. Let's make this concrete by looking at how people mess these strategies up. If you apply the power-first mindset of the 48 laws of power the wrong way, you end up acting mysterious just for the sake of it. You avoid clarity and leave people confused about what you actually want. If you think silence alone makes you powerful, you'll find that people eventually stop trusting you and fill that silence with their own negative assumptions. The right way to use that book is to stay controlled and protect your position until you understand how the room works. You reveal enough to influence, but not enough to be used. The result is that people take you more seriously and are less able to manipulate you. Now let's look at radical candor. The wrong way to use it is to soften your message so much that nobody knows what you really mean. If you avoid hard conversations because you don't want to be awkward, you're actually practicing what Kim Scott calls ruinous empathy. The result is slow decay and hidden resentment. The right way is to speak plainly, show that you care about the person, and point out the issue without hiding behind politeness. The result is clearer expectations and a much better chance that the other person will actually change. Here is the rational answer. For the frustration of being ignored or lied to, radical candor is usually the better long-term method. Why? Because the real problem in most modern work settings is not that you need to become more unreadable, it's that you need better trust and better behavior. A person can be highly powerful, according to Robert Greene, and still be impossible to work with. But a person who cares personally and challenges directly has a real shot at changing outcomes. That said, the 48 laws of power is not useless. Its best contribution is a warning. Do not be naive. Do not overexpose yourself too early. Do not assume everyone deserves full access to your thoughts. The smartest move is not to choose one book over the other. It is to use the 48 laws of power as your armor and radical candor as your actual operating system. So when people ignore you, the 48 laws of power tells you to tighten your presence and stop giving away your leverage. Radical candor tells you to make the truth clear and challenge directly, so people know what matters. When people lie to you, the 48 laws of power helps you avoid being easy to use, while radical candor helps you confront the lie in a way that can actually repair the relationship. And when you need to move people toward a goal, radical candor is usually stronger because people follow clarity and trust more reliably than they follow mystery alone. The final conclusion is simple. Use restraint to protect yourself, but use candor to lead. If you rely only on power, you may stay untouched, but you will not move people. If you rely only on openness, you may be honest, but you may become easy to ignore. The best approach is to know when to hold back and when to speak with absolute clarity.